Good morning, everybody. It's great to have you back if you tuned in yesterday, and if this is your first time, it is great to have you. Now, what we'll be doing today is just making friendship bracelets. Personally, using one of my favorite tricks, it's really easy. Using some cardboard, you need a ruler, a pencil or pen, some scissors, and some yarn. Now, to get started with this craft, what you're going to want to do is find any circular object around the house, whether it be a water bottle, pencil case, and trace out a circle. With that, once you've cut it out, it should come out to look like this. In using this, what you want to do is use your ruler and find a center point, right about here. Once you have that, you can then divide your circle into 8 different pieces. Think of it like a slice of pie. And it should look just like this. Now, what you want to do next with your circle is every line cut about halfway up to the circle with your scissors. It doesn't have to be too exact, just make sure you stay consistent with your circle. Almost there. Yeah, one thing I love about this craft is it's super easy and really relaxing to do too. Because I like crafts that don't necessarily take a whole lot of focus to get done, and this one is a really easy and fun one to do. Alright, just like that. And you should have your 8 cut and sectioned off pieces. Once you've done that, you're going to want to grab 7 strings of yarn, or 7 pieces of yarn or string, doesn't matter too much. I know for myself, I have big hands and not very agile fingers, so it's really easy for me to get, have troubles with string and get caught up and tangled, so I'm using yarn for today. It doesn't matter what colors you use. I personally love yellow and blue, so those are the ones I'm using. And once you have all of these 7 pieces of yarn, you're going to want to line up all of the ends and then just make a knot with them. Doesn't have to be too difficult. There we go. And it should look like this. Now, with your circle, what you're going to want to do is find your center point and put a pencil through it, nothing like that. And then that should give enough space for your yarn to go in the center of the circle. It might take an extra minute. I know for myself, it's the hardest process of the entire craft. As possible, you may also have to lick the ends. I'm just going to cut mine to make sure it's nice and even. There we go. Should have all my pieces in there. Oh, just one more. There we go. And just like that, I have all 7 strips of yarn. And now you're just going to want to pull it all the way through until you get right to the knot. And that will stop it from going all the way through, just like so. And with each piece of yarn, what you're going to want to do is just put them in each slot of the little circle here. Now, as you'll notice, you have 7 strips of yarn, but you should have 8 slices. And that's a good thing because you want to make sure you have that one extra one that's free. Just like this. Perfect. And when you're finished, it should look something like this. Now, you see how you have this top one that's right and free? You're going to want to count 3 down from that, either side, left or right. I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3. Now with this piece of yarn, you're going to want to take this one out and move it to the top. Super easy, and then make sure you line up that top free opening again right at the top. Take it out, put it to the top, just like that. See, not too difficult and super easy to do anywhere at home if you have a little bit of spare time when you're watching a movie. I know it's personally one of my favorite things to do while watching a movie. And just like that. And although I don't have a finished one for you today, it should look really nice and have a perfectly knotted friendship bracelet at the end. And I have an example here with string as well. It works just the same. It's a little bit harder to do, but the process is exactly the same. When you have it at the top, count 1, 2, 3, and move it right back up to the top, just like that. So not too difficult for today. And when you have the appropriate length, just enough to fit around your wrist, your ankle, anything like that, you can then take all of the different pieces out from the side. There we go. And just easily remove all of the yarn, and then you'll be able to cut at the one side and then tie it to your wrist or ankle. But it's definitely a really easy craft to do for this week, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all later.